So yeah, Caitlin Clark is going to be an all-star. And if you guys have not seen the media, what the media are doing, I'm just sitting there like, why do they think this is going to be any different? Why did they think this was going to be any different? Because most of the media who are voting for Caitlin for the all-star team. Why? For a number of reasons.
Rival fans are absolutely unraveling, and not because their team took an L. No, it's because Caitlin Clark just strutted into the WNBA All-Star Game like it was preordained. The media rolled out the red carpet, and now the outrage is hotter than a sidewalk in Vegas. Was it talent? Was it hype? Or did she just bend reality like a basketball sorceress? Whatever it was, it's triggered a meltdown of epic proportions. Jealousy, tweets, think pieces. It's chaos on every timeline. Grab your popcorn, because this saga is wilder than a group text gone nuclear.
Today, Caitlin Clark, the only WNBA player receiving over 500,000 fan votes for the WNBA All-Star Game. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, the Fever 4, sitting in the top 10 when it comes to WNBA fan voting for the All-Star Game. Every chance the Indiana Fever fans, every chance Caitlin Clark fans, every time they have a chance to show up.
Caitlin Clark has punched her ticket to the WNBA All-Star Game. Let the confetti fly and the hot takes pour in. While her fans are celebrating, rival stands are spiraling into full meltdown mode, shouting about favoritism and media bias like it's a national emergency. The outrage is louder than a missed game winner in the playoffs. Was it talent? Was it hype? Or just inevitable? Either way, Clark's in and the internet is on fire. This isn't just an all-star selection, it's a full-blown culture war in sneakers. Buckle up, the chaos is just getting started.
So the two best players in the WNBA, at least to me, are all-star captains. That being Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, Clark, Indiana Fever superstar. Collier, star of the Lynx, who is having an MVP season. Clark has had a little bit of an up and down season for her, relatively speaking, because she's been in and out of the lineup. Collier did miss a few games with a back issue as well. And of course, Clark had the shooting slump before she went out with the latest injury. Don't know how much that was related or is related, but Clark's impact on the floor is apparent when you see her there and when you see her off, and her numbers are still awesome. Not to mention, she's by far the most popular player in the league, and this is decided by fan voting, and it makes you feel good about what the exhibition can be in.
Let's not act surprised. We all saw this coming. The moment Caitlin Clark stepped into the league, she didn't just bring game, she brought gravity. Ratings skyrocketed, ticket sales exploded, and her jersey flew off shelves like a limited edition drop. She shifted the entire WNBA spotlight with one step. And yet, here we are again, trapped in another episode of Haters Reloaded, where the woman putting up stats and carrying a franchise is somehow overrated. Let's be real. Half these teams would trade their whole roster just to get a fraction of her impact.
Well, it's pretty clear. There are two key WNBA players that are on a different level than the rest of the WNBA. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's even another step up from the person that finished second. But look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Napheesa Collier in all this because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself.
If Caitlin Clark isn't an all-star, then what even is one anymore? Seriously, what's the criteria now? Juggling flaming basketballs while blindfolded and solving world peace at halftime? She's averaging 16.3 points, 6.2 assists, and 5 boards a night as a rookie, all while being targeted like a walking bullseye. If that doesn't qualify you, then maybe we should just cancel the All-Star game altogether and let backup mascots play dodgeball instead. Either redefine the standards or admit the truth. Caitlin Clark is the standard, and she earned every bit of it.
First, Caitlin, when she's played, has been the best guard in the WNBA. She has. I mean this when I say this. It is it's not like she's like a stratospherically better than a Skylar Diggins, but she's been better when she's been on the floor than any other guard. Even in her slump, she had a 20 and 10 game. She had a 20 and 10 game in her slump. She set the record of most 20 and 10 games. She's the only guard with a triple-double. She had a 32, 9, and 8. She nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win against the Liberty, who at that stage were undefeated.
If you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, please leave a like and subscribe our channel and type CC 100% in comments below. And don't even start with the whole media bias tantrum. The media isn't out here manufacturing stats in a secret underground lab. Caitlin Clark is doing what generational players do, changing the game just by existing. You don't tune in to watch her because she's trendy. You tune in because every time she touches the ball, something completely insane might happen. She has the audacity to pull up from the logo, thread no-look passes through human walls, and make it look casual, like a Tuesday night YMCA run. She's doing things that shouldn't be legal without a Marvel logo slapped on her jersey. The people clutching their pearls over her inclusion are acting like she got in through a shady backdoor deal involving a mysterious briefcase and secret handshakes in a dimly lit parking garage. Let's be serious. She didn't sneak into the All-Star game. She dragged the whole league into primetime relevance. If anything, the WNBA should be paying her royalties every time her name is mentioned on national television, which, by the way, is approximately every 8.6 seconds. But here's where it gets truly comical. The same folks yelling that she doesn't deserve it are also watching every game, every clip, every slow-mo replay just to find one missed rotation or a turnover from 3 games ago. You can practically hear them whispering, "Please mess up. Please mess up," like it's some kind of bizarre sports voodoo ritual.
Caitlin Clark proves once again, nobody really started to care about the WNBA until she started playing. In 2023, in the WNBA All-Star voting, they got a total of 1.17 million votes, just a year before Caitlin Clark joined the league. 2 years later, 1.29 million votes as a single player.
Yet even if Caitlin Clark had a triple-double with 0 turnovers, 5 steals, and cured a small illness in the third quarter, the haters would still call it mid and cry conspiracy. Because that's what this is really about, isn't it? It's not about merit. It's about a rookie coming in, flipping the script, and refusing to play by the rules of wait your turn. They can't stand that she's the engine, the fuel, and the fire. All in one. Caitlin didn't ask for the spotlight. She just keeps burning so brightly, it exposes every crack in everyone else's game. And can we talk about this absurd idea that she somehow hasn't earned it? Earned it from who? From where? She's been playing under playoff pressure since her first WNBA tip-off. Every game she suits up, there are 12 cameras, 5 boom mics, and enough media buzz to power an entire newsroom. She has teammates learning her tendencies on the fly, defenses doubling her by default, and referees who might as well have their whistles surgically fused to their lips every time she breathes. That's not a rookie experience. That's a crash course in how to survive a basketball Hunger Games.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? Caitlin Clark does it again. Shout out to Nafisa Collier. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier are named your all-star captains. Well deserved, well deserved. Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. Nafisa Collier is playing like the best player in the league right now. My front runner for MVP, playing for a dominant Minnesota Lynx team. This is right. You guys got it right. They should be the all-star captains.
Meanwhile, some of the loudest critics couldn't diagram a pick and roll if you handed them a Sharpie and a whiteboard with cheat codes. But suddenly, everyone's an expert on what real all-stars look like. Let's be clear. If Caitlin Clark's name wasn't on that all-star roster, there'd be more backlash than if they canceled the game entirely. You can't call something an all-star game and then exclude the most talked about, most watched, most impactful player in the league. That's not a game. That's just brunch in sneakers. There's also the "she's only popular" crowd stomping around like popularity is a disqualifier. Excuse me? Since when did being wildly entertaining become a bad thing? Sports are not a tax seminar. They're meant to be watched, debated, and obsessed over. Caitlyn is the main character of every WNBA episode this season. She's not riding hype, she is the hype. And unlike some folks who just go viral for a funny outfit or one accidental buzzer beater, she's doing it night after night, on and off the court, with a side of humble killer instinct. Let's get brutally honest. Without Caitlyn, this All-Star game would be watched by the families of the players, 3 bored interns at ESPN, and that one guy who never changed the channel after SportsCenter. No Caitlyn, no watch. She's not just part of the WNBA ecosystem, she is the ecosystem's marketing department, brand manager, and executive producer rolled into one. And yet people still want to pretend like her presence is some kind of grand injustice.
And they were healthy, by the way, and there was no slumping Sabrina Ionescu. Like, Sabrina Ionescu had 34, and they still managed to win from Caitlin Clark. It is genuinely an unquestionable one that Caitlin Clark has been top 4 guards. And I think, it's unquestionable when she's played that it's top 4 guard. I think if you wanted to not vote her in, if 50% of the media people did not vote Caitlin Clark in as an All-Star, and their logic was she hasn't played enough games, and the 4 All-Stars were Alicia Gray, Caitlin's been better than Sabrina.
What's actually unjust is the energy being spent trying to undermine her while ignoring the very obvious elephant in the room. Caitlin Clark is doing more for the WNBA than any PR campaign ever has. She's not just the face of the league. She's the drawbridge to a new generation of fans, sponsors, and believers. Her stats are elite, her vision is ridiculous, and her court presence is enough to make seasoned veterans suddenly rethink how they guard the perimeter. If that's not all-star material, then maybe we should start picking players based on vibes and astrology charts, because clearly the bar is somewhere underwater when people act like she's unworthy. All of this outrage really boils down to one thing. She's disrupting comfort zones. She's shaking up the status quo like a soda can in a paint mixer. And the people most bothered by her success are the ones most terrified of what it says about their own fading grip on relevance. They don't hate her, they hate what she represents. Change. Bold, loud, undeniable change. So yeah, rival fans are furious. They should be. Their carefully curated basketball gatekeeping just got dunked on by a rookie in her first season, and it wasn't even close. Caitlin Clark didn't just earn her spot in the All-Star game, she redefined what an All-Star is supposed to look like. Not just stats, not just highlight reels.
The delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years. She's just not built for the physicality of this league.
But influence, consistency, and a fearless sense of purpose that doesn't ask for permission to shine. She's not just part of the WNBA story. She is the plot twist. And if you're still not convinced, don't worry. She'll see you at the All-Star game and probably hit a logo 3 right in your favorite player's face. But that's the thing, isn't it? These anti-Caitlin Clark crusaders keep forgetting that the WNBA isn't some neighborhood pickup league where everyone gets a juice box and a ribbon for participation. It's a business, a real one. Caitlin Clark isn't just an athlete. She's the walking, dribbling stimulus package the WNBA has been praying for since its inception. If you think they're not going to put her front and center in the All-Star game, then you're clearly living in a fantasy land where ticket sales are powered by vibes and righteous indignation.
For the All-Star game, she was number 2, which tells you exactly how freaking many votes Caitlin Clark got. Because Caitlin was first. We'll get to that in a second, but here we are, right here. Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier named the 2025 AT&T WNBA All-Star Game Team Captains. Clark earns her second All-Star selection, Collier her 5th. Both players are All-Star captains for the first time.
Let's be absolutely clear here. Nobody is showing up to watch the 6th woman from a mid-market team hoist up awkward floaters and hope for the best. No shade, but nobody is buying $300 0-cent resale tickets to see balanced basketball or strategic low-post defense. This is the All-Star Game, not a coaching seminar. We're here for the flash, the sizzle, the superstar wattage that Caitlin brings. With a single eyebrow raise. Without her, you might as well rename it Snoozefest 2025, featuring backup centers and mild applause. Because here's the plot twist, we actually care about Caitlin Clark more than the All-Star Game itself. That's how invested we are in this woman. You think we're going to sit quietly if she comes back too soon and risks injury just to satisfy some warped sense of fairness from fans who'd rather watch their favorite player get clapped in silence than admit Caitlin is the engine behind this entire league's renaissance?
How were they selected captains? Well, they were selected captains by being amongst the starters receiving the most fan votes. And the way this all broke down is that it's 50% fan votes, 25% media votes, 25% player votes. So that's how it all came to be. That's how the breakdown of the way that the voting process goes and how the players were.
We're more worried about her knees than we are about your feelings, Bob from Twitter. We don't want her risking a blown ACL just so she can validate your barbershop hot take. Caitlin could sit out the entire All-Star weekend and we'd still be tuning in just to see if someone accidentally makes eye contact with her courtside. Because let's face it, she doesn't even need to touch a basketball to be the main event. And let's not act like fans are easily impressed. We've been burned before. We've sat through years of WNBA coverage where highlight reels were shorter than microwave instructions. The collective attention span of modern audiences is shorter than a TikTok. And yet Caitlin Clark has held it. She has us glued, invested, irrationally emotional over box scores. She has turned casuals into obsessives, and obsessives into full-blown analytics nerds. This athlete pleases us, and trusts us. That is not an easy feat. Take that away, and we're not just disappointed, we're feral, unhinged, foaming at the mouth like someone just canceled the series finale of our favorite show mid-scene. You think we're annoying now? Just wait until Caitlin takes a hard foul and we're forced to go 3 games without her. Society might not survive that kind of chaos. WNBA viewership might collapse harder than a toddler's tower of blocks.
It's truly always something with the WNBA. So the first returns on All-Star voting recently came back. And of course, Caitlin Clark was ranked number 1 with the most votes, Nafisa Collier number 2, Aaliyah Boston number 3, Asia Wilson number 4, and Stewie number 5. No problems with any of those. But I do have a problem with the All-Star voting. So for those that don't know, fan votes make up 50% of the All-Star votes. And 4 Fever players are in the top 10 for All-Star voting. Fucking ridiculous.
Because for the first time in forever, this league has a player who makes every game feel like an event, a spectacle, a cultural moment. And y'all are out here pretending like that's replaceable? Please. That level of delusion should come with its own waiver form. You don't put Beyoncé on the stage and then ask her to take a step back so the backup dancers can have their moment. That's not how this works. We are living in the Caitlin Clark era, whether you like it or not, and the league would be criminally incompetent not to capitalize on that. Even with all the hype, she's actually good. Like, scary good. She's not being shoved into the spotlight just to tick a box. She's dominating rookie stats, threading needles with assists, launching deep threes like she's got a personal vendetta against the three-point line. She's not just a highlight. She's a whole reel. And still, somehow, people are mad. It's as if her excellence personally offends them. You can't tell me with a straight face that if she was averaging July 12th, 30 every night with 0 turnovers, they'd respect it. They wouldn't. They'd still say the votes were rigged, the refs were paid, and the moon landing was fake while they're at it. That's the level of denial we're dealing with.
1.29 million All-Star votes this year. For reference, the top 30 vote getters for the 2023 All-Star Game received 1.17 million All-Star votes combined. She outdid the whole 2023 vote getters combined. And y'all are saying it's because of who too? Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? This is not a needle mover. This is the needle. This is not the icing on the cake. Caitlin Clark is the whole cake. Yeah.
Because this isn't about basketball anymore, it's about ego. It's about seeing someone new, someone wildly different from the status quo come in and take over like she's been here for a decade. The problem is that Caitlin Clark didn't wait in line. She walked in, turned the music up, changed the furniture, and started throwing logo threes like she owns the place. And maybe she does. So yeah, if she plays in the All-Star game, we'll be thrilled. If she doesn't, because she's protecting her body and thinking long-term, we'll respect the hell out of that too. Because Caitlin Clark is not a one-hit wonder or viral moment. She's the franchise, the face. The reason some people even know the WNBA exists now. You think we're going to risk that just to satisfy a weird vendetta about all-star selections? Not a chance. If you don't like that, well, you're really not going to like what happens when we're not pleased. Because the day the WNBA tries to sideline its brightest star just to play nice with the Twitter echo chamber is the day we all revolt. Keep her healthy, keep her happy, keep her front and center where she belongs, or brace yourselves, because we're not just fans anymore, we're a movement. And this movement? Yeah, it doesn't do quiet. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.